Welcome to FlipGrid, parents and carers. So the students have been using FlipGrid over the course of this year, and now it's your turn to both use it as a means of communicating with me and also seeing the amazing work that your child and the rest of the students have done in this topic. So the students love FlipGrid as it allows them to work to their strengths by verbally demonstrating their understanding in an informal but safe environment. Now, as parents and carers, you have access to this FlipGrid as a guest. This means that some parts of the grid are inaccessible to you as they're student-only zones to preserve the safety and privacy of the students in their responses and to conform with the school's code of conduct with ICT. Nevertheless, if you scroll down to the attachments, you'll find a parent navigation panel. Use this to access the different parts of the grid that are available to you. Of note is the parents Q&A page. Feel free to ask any questions you have there. The resources and tools page, where you can find guides to the recommended software, and the showcase page, where the students will post their virtual tours. So as you know, the general capabilities are now key to our approach at the school. This FlipGrid allows the Year 10 history students to demonstrate their level of attainment in the ICT general capability and the history curriculum. So over the course of this unit, students have demonstrated how they meet the various sub-elements of the ICT general capabilities. But which ones are we looking at in this task? Let's have a quick overview of the ICT general capability and then a quick look at what parts we are meeting in this task. So the ICT capability is made up of multiple parts. We have the fillings, which is investigating, creating and communicating, and we have the outer elements, which is applying social and ethical protocols and practices and managing and operating ICT. Now, I called these fillings because I like to think of the ICT capability as a sandwich. For it to be constituted as a sandwich, students, when using the ICT capability, must always have both pieces of bread on the outside. These are the ASEPPs and managing ICT. Within this task, students will be doing both of these while also applying the communicating with ICT and creating with ICT aspects of the ICT capability. Now within these again, there are further sub-elements, and these are explored in the learning continuum of the ICT capability. Now, over the course of this whole unit, students have been demonstrating their ability to meet level 6 of the learning continuum. This is because typically by the end of year 10, students should be able to do these things. Now within this task specifically, students will be looking at the ASEPP's sub-element of recognizing intellectual property and identifying the impacts of ICT in society. They will also be creating by generating ideas, plans and processes and generating solutions to learning area tasks. In addition, they will be communicating by collaborating, sharing and exchanging the information that they gain. And finally, within this task, students will be managing ICT by selecting and using software. So, that very briefly covers what this task will be looking at in relation to the ICT learning continuum and the level that they will be meeting. To further understand this, please refer to the ICT rubric that is attached to the bottom of this page. So, with all of that said, what's the task? Well, this has been explained in class in detail, but here's a quick summary. So this task fits into the history curriculum's overview of the modern world and Australia. The learning objective is that students will demonstrate their ability to explain the significance of an event. That's the history, learning objective, and you've already seen the various learning objectives of the ICT general capability. Now, this assignment is in 3 parts. First, the students must select an event that interests them. So it's based on student interest. They will then announce this and the ICT software that they're going to use to create their virtual tour in a student-only section. It's recommended that the students use Google Earth, the Microsoft Game Bar, and Microsoft Photo Video Editor to create their virtual tour. However, if they have any other software preferences, they can select these. In part 2, the students will become our virtual tour guides. They will create and then share their virtual tours, leading us through the site of a significant event, describing the site and event, and explaining why it's significant to modern history. In part 3, students will then discuss in a student-only forum the impact of ICT on the discipline of history. By doing this, students will tie together and summarise the learning of the unit and the impact that ICT has had on the discipline of history. So this assignment will be graded both as a history and ICT general capability task. As you know, the school has now included the general capabilities into reporting, and this task, along with the others we've done so far in history and other curriculum areas, will culminate into their ICT level grading, with proficient being level 6, as we have observed in the learning continuum. So, feel free to explore the site, post a question if you have one, and if all else fails, send me an email with any issues that you're having.